WLKY News, right now at 5.
Right now at 5, rivalry renewed. We are live in Cincinnati, where tonight's Cards game against the Bearcats is not just a homecoming for Coach Pat Kelsey.
The impact of the UPS plane crash is still being felt. How local businesses are now able to get help.
But first, JCPS consolidating schools to save money. But the plan is being met with resistance from parents. Difficult but necessary. That's how JCPS Superintendent Dr. Brian Yearwood described the decision to consolidate and close several schools.
It comes amid the district's $188 million deficit. WLKY's Madison Elliott is here now with new details on the proposal. Madison?
Dr. Yearwood is recommending the closure of 2 schools, a consolidation, and moving 2 other sites. Yearwood estimates this will save the district around $4 million, but says these changes aren't solely because of the budget deficit. Either way, it's caused mixed reactions.
I cried. I cried.
Victoria Amsler's children go to Zachary Taylor Elementary, one of the schools proposed to close. Her daughter is in a moderate severe disability unit.
Zachary Taylor was the only option, and they had one spot. They had one spot available.
On Friday, Superintendent Dr. Brian Yearwood explained the decision behind closing and consolidating schools within the district.
But these are necessary to preserve the future of our district.
Along with Zachary Taylor, Liberty High School is also slated to close. Waller Williams Environmental and the Teenage Parent Program will both move to new sites because of low enrollment and cost. And King Elementary will merge with Maupin because enrollment is at 70% capacity and the average cost per student is $10,000 higher than the average elementary school. Yearwood said the Facility Profile Index guided his decision-making. Dr. Rob Folk, JCPS's Chief Operations Officer, says the FPI rates schools based on facility condition, operating cost, and enrollment trends.
And we asked questions on whether or not these were reasonable and whether or not the Board of Education needed to look at them. And from that, we developed essentially the idea for the moves that we had mentioned.
Precious Criddle has 2 kids currently at King Elementary. She walks her kids to school and doesn't drive.
There ain't that many elementary schools in the West End. And I think this is the only one that's close by in this area that's walking distance for the neighborhood.
Joshua Stroud, who went to King himself and so did his son, says the school plays a vital role in the community.
Taking a school that great teachers work and put their time in and want to see kids to see like me, how it was, it started there.
Over at Maupin, parent D'Amico Lamont Lovely says he's hopeful everything will work out.
As long as they in school and they got somewhere to go to learn, that's all that matters.
In addition, Yearwood says 165 staff will be impacted. I reached out to the Jefferson County Teachers Association, and President Maddie Shepard tells me JCTA stands with students, families, and teachers, and they're working with JCPS to ensure the well-being of educators and staff that are affected are prioritized. Yearwood said staff will have the chance to reapply within the district, but said there could be layoffs. I'm Madison Elliott. Rick, back to you.
Thanks, Madison. This decision isn't final yet. Parents will have a chance to voice their opinions on the JCPS website or at 3 public forums. The in-person forums are the first week of December. The school board will then discuss that feedback during a board meeting on December the 9th. Turning now to the impact weather, it has been another rainy day.
It has been. Let's get to Jay now to see if we will need the rain gear if we're headed out tonight. Jay?
Yes, Vicki, take it with you, no question about it. Even though it's not going to be a constant downpour, we're going to be dealing with some scattered showers, maybe even a few thunderstorms in a few spots around the viewing area. And because of this low overcast, isn't that a pretty shot right there? I mean, it's very dreary out, but you can see the tops of the buildings kind of in the cloud deck right there. Those clouds very, very low to the ground. And for that reason, even though you might not be getting a shower, certainly some patchy drizzle will remain possible. So chances for scattered showers, even a couple of thunderstorms will exist through this Friday night. That's why we have the impact weather ongoing for this Friday night. Now, patchy drizzle is still possible tomorrow morning with the low clouds. Otherwise, it looks mainly cloudy through the afternoon. Hey, Sunday. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. That is the pick of the weekend. Sunshine returns the second half of the weekend in pleasant temperatures. Radar scan, a break in the rain around town. The steady rains we had mid-afternoon are now well off to the northeast, pushing towards the Bluegrass region. A couple of showers forming near Brandenburg, north of Hardinsburg, and more persistent rain south of the parkways. Everything you see here moving off to the east and also the northeast. And again, if you are heading out, yes, take the umbrellas. On top of that, with a little bit of instability in the atmosphere, mainly south of 64, that's the greatest threat for a few thunderstorms trying to mix in as we roll through the evening. So here's your detailed 12-hour forecast. We'll hold on to the impact weather, Vicki and Rick, right through 2 o'clock in the morning, early tomorrow, with that chance for scattered showers and a few storms. Otherwise, things will trend a little bit drier as we wake up in the morning. Hey, we'll talk more about the weekend forecast, the big improvements by Sunday especially, and Thanksgiving week. What it's going to be like on Turkey Day, that's coming up in a few minutes.
Okay, thank you, Jay.
Sure.
Business owners affected by the UPS plane crash can now work with the Small Business Administration in person.
Representatives are now at the Community Resource Center off Fern Valley Road. The SBA will provide impacted businesses with up to $2 million in loans to help sustain business, make up for losses, and help with repairs. Any business owner who was impacted can schedule an appointment.
So there's a phenomenon that we see that exists in the aftermath of disasters where small businesses specifically will incur heavy economic losses. This can then have negative cascading effects on local economies. And so these funds become available to support local businesses in this time so that they can keep operating.
If a loan is granted, a business owner has 60 days to accept or deny the funding.
The DUI charge against a former University of Louisville basketball star has been dismissed. Russ Smith was arrested in June in the Highlands after making an illegal U-turn. Police reported smelling alcohol in his breath, and Smith admitted to having 2 bourbon neats. Tests later confirmed his blood alcohol content was below the legal limit, leading the judge to dismiss the DUI charge. Smith did plead guilty to an improper turning charge.
A pillar for nonprofits in Louisville and southern Indiana is wrapping up its mission. The Center for Nonprofit Excellence is closing at the end of December because of funding challenges. For the past 25 years, the organization has helped train, elevate, and connect hundreds of local nonprofits. But as these groups face funding cuts and service disruptions, the revenue loss also directly affects the center's ability to sustain.
It's just a struggle. There's so much struggle for resources out there right now that the direct services that people provide is, really where the attention's being drawn these days. And so that long-term sustainability for us was really a struggle.
In its absence, the center encourages member groups to continue the community work through collaboration.
Today is National Adoption Day. It's a celebration for local families as they officially unite as forever families. Sam Carter went to the Jefferson County Courthouse today to see the special moments.
Friday, on the 6th floor of the Jefferson County Circuit Court building, 40 families became official. Mike and Audrey Patterson, who asked us to hide the identity of the baby Audrey is holding due to the ongoing adoption process, well, they still remember 3 years ago when they first saw Adolfo and Melvin Diaz.
They were wearing clothes that was two, 3 sizes too small, shoes 2, 3, and freezing, no jacket. It was spitting rain, ice, and we welcomed them in. They were so excited. And Melvin, the oldest one, he said, "Is it okay if I call you Mom?" In honor of National Adoption Day, 14-year-old Melvin and 9-year-old Adolfo were 2 of the more than 40 kids adopted by their foster families. For Melvin and Adolfo, while the Pattersons have always been their family, today makes it official, united as a family forever.
Having them as our official parents make us feel secure and that we're officially just theirs forever.
Audrey and Mike, who were recently awarded the title of Jefferson County Foster Parents of the Year, believe they wouldn't be the same had they not opened their hearts to let their boys in.
We never would have known the joy of Melvin and Adolfo if we had said no. So I'm so thankful that she kind of nudged and pushed and she said, nope, we need to do it. I said, okay, we're gonna do it. We prayed about it, we're gonna do it. And here we are, it's the greatest day ever.
So I asked those folks how they're gonna celebrate today. Their reply, be a family. In downtown Louisville, Sam Carter, WLKY News.
Similar National Adoption Day ceremonies were held across the river in Floyd County.
The U of L basketball team renews an old rivalry at 6:30 tonight. The Cards are just up I-71 taking on Cincinnati. And it is not just a homecoming for Coach Pat Kelsey. Britt Del Barba is live in Cincinnati for us tonight. Hi, Britt.
Hey, Rick, that's right. It's also the homecoming for transfer guard Kobe Rogers. From high school to college, Rogers' basketball career has been full of ups and downs. Tonight, Rogers gets to return home to Cincinnati to play in front of his hometown crowd for the first time in his college career.
From St. Xavier High School in Cincinnati to playing 2 seasons at Nova Southeastern and capturing a Division II national championship, the journey had its highs. There have also been lows, living with the uncertainty of the transfer portal, an ACL injury, along with his family's battles with cancer, losing his father when he was 12 years old. Rogers endured the journey with the help of his mother, Dorothy, and head coach Pat Kelsey. Kelsey used his Cincinnati upbringing to recruit Rogers to Charleston.
First, time he started recruiting me, a lot of people that I knew also knew him. So being able to have, that mutual friend that we trust, that we love, that we care about, and they're all saying the same things that I've heard from everybody else around the city. It kind of just gave me that extra boost of confidence.
After suffering an ACL injury in Charleston's loss to Alabama in the 2023 NCAA tournament, Rogers re-entered the portal, this time joining Kelsey in the turnaround of the Louisville program.
I still said, I got to have you, and you saw the effect he had. You saw it, but from the sideline, what he did in games, what he did behind the scenes in the locker room, his leadership, his belief and buy-in to what we do is invaluable.
Him taking a chance on me to go to Charleston and then now taking a chance on me bringing me here, even after my knee injury, I feel like it's only right to put my best foot forward and do what I can.
Since arriving at Louisville, Rogers was faced with another hurdle when his mother was diagnosed with early stage 2 breast cancer. Alongside him has been Kelsey. 2 Cincinnati kids sticking together now get the chance to return home.
It's going to be an exciting game, big-time matchup. And, I'm blessed to be able to play back at home.
A large crowd expected here tonight of family and friends to see Rogers play in his hometown. Tip-off between Louisville and Cincinnati is coming up at 6:30. Live in Cincinnati, Britt Del Barba, WLKY Sports.
Thanks, Britt. After 2 tough losses this season, the UK men's basketball team takes the court again tonight. The 12th-ranked Cats host Loyola. Point guard Jalen Lowe will not be playing. He re-injured his shoulder. Tip-off tonight is 7 o'clock at Rupp Arena.
Coming up, President Trump and the New York City mayor-elect meet face-to-face at the White House today. The dramatic political backdrop behind the Oval Office sit-down.
New details in the case against an Indiana homeowner accused of fatally shooting a woman who went to the wrong house. What a judge ordered him to do next on WLKY News.